3, 2, 1.
What's up everyone, Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, July 10th, 2018. In this video, I'm going to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down a little bit today, and we have some good context to tell this story of this continued possible bottom. So let's jump right in and let's talk about what's going on. So to start, I want to point out a video that I did. This was really a couple days ago, July 9th. We were trading at around $6,700 Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at this clip. But in a pullback scenario from where we are right now, if we see support at that area and a possible bounce, it's going to do a couple of things for us. Obviously, it's going to form a really healthy looking reverse head and shoulders, which is what I did talk about the other day in a video in terms of a possible pullback on Bitcoin. And that could be a great sign of a bottom for Bitcoin. So there we are. It was at $6,700 the other day. We talked about a minor bearish pullback and what that might do. And here we are today with that pullback happening, Bitcoin down right now. And let's visit what we were talking about the other day. There's that head and shoulder, the reverse head and shoulders. We were here the other day and we've had this slight pullback thus far. So the question is, will we find support here? Will we get this bounce that we need and bounce back up to form and confirm a reverse head and shoulders? That's the question. And really, to tell that story on the 4-hour, we can look at a couple scenarios. So number one is support number one, which is the bullish scenario. And it's really the bullish scenario in regards to this reverse head and shoulders. So what that looks like is from where we are right now, around $6,300 or so, down to around I think it's like $6,100. This channel right here is where we're looking for support for Bitcoin. So it's not a huge channel right now. It's down to $6,100, but if we can see support and a bounce from there, then we might have an actual formation of that reverse head and shoulders on the daily, and we might have a nice bounce back up through the 50 EMA as well as the 200 EMA that you see on the daily or on the 4-hour. And that's something we were looking for the other day. We were looking for that bounce up, and we were looking for that 50 cross above the 200. That might be something we get. It might take a day or two or even a few days in order to get that. Now, if we don't get the support we need in that channel, we simply have support number two, which is bearish. And really, what is support number two? Support number two is right around that $5,500 mark, a key area of Bitcoin, especially if you're looking back even to October area. $5,500 is a key level of support. If we go there, we don't want to break it. But I want to point out something to you. I think we want to point it out on the 4-hour. So let's do it. And it kind of speaks to that $5,500 mark if we go down that low. So one thing you'll notice in this downtrend that we've had since this previous lower high of around 10,000 in Bitcoin is we've had constant rejection from the 50 EMA, on the 50 EMA of Bitcoin. And you can see it over and over again. One thing I want to point out is in that rejection, we have some things that have kind of consistently happened. So we had this high here, rejection around, and then we had a 17% plummet over the course of that little downtrend. And then obviously we revisit the 50 EMA and then we bounce off of it again. And so that was around 15%, bounced off of it again. Now we're around a 20% downtrend. We can even go to this rejection here to that low around 15%. So 15 to 20% when we start breaking that 50 EMA or bouncing off of that 50 EMA. So in the case that we don't show support soon on the 4-hour, and we actually just aggressively kind of broke through that 50 EMA on the 4-hour, if that continues, we could probably look for a 15 to 20% pullback again, right? I mean, based off historical data, it's kind of what the market has been doing. So why would we not anticipate that possibly happening if we don't show bullish support for this reverse head and shoulders? So in that context, what we're looking at around 15 to 20% is right around that $5,500 support mark. So this is the bearish scenario. And really what that looks like on the, if I can get my brush, On the 4 hour, would be just a revisit down here, setting a new low. And of course, on the daily would be setting a new lower low on the daily in this downward channel. And we'll still just have to kind of look for support and hopefully break that channel eventually. Who knows when it will be, but if we do set this lower low around $5,500 or wherever we break or wherever we show that low, it would be a sign of this continued bear market. However, we form that reverse head and shoulders. We see support, bullish support down to $6,100. We could be setting up for a third bottom here. Things could still be looking up. So it could go either way. Nobody knows, but these are some things that you can look out for at these levels. We have support 1, a bullish scenario, support 2, a bearish scenario, and we continue to stay strong in these markets because these markets are crazy. Really appreciate all of you watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I will see you in the next video, and God bless.